everybody.
Hello.
Ooh.
That was scary.
Was that
You
scary?
sounded a little scary there.
You know what time of the year it is, Dan?
It is somebody's birthday.
I just stuck my hand in corn syrup. It is October.
Okay,
so what
fall.
does that mean?
That means it's fall.
Yes. What else?
It is getting close to the holidays.
Yes, it is.
It is.
So what's our first big holiday in the fall?
It's not Columbus Day, is it?
No, we forgot
It's
about
Halloween.
It's Halloween time. It's getting close to Halloween. And when I think of Halloween, I think about dressing up. So we always dress up at work.
Pumpkins?
We always dress up
Do
at
y'all?
work, yes.
Okay.
And so I went ahead and ordered myself
What do you,
some, well, first of all, do you see anything different about me, Dan?
your hair looks, is it different? You colored
No.
your hair? Oh, your eyebrows?
No, I did do
Your
eyebrows.
eyelashes.
Yes, I ordered me some of those, here y'all, magnetic eyelashes. Aren't they beautiful?
They're beautiful. They're
So, and
cute.
they stay on, but the funny thing is I wore them to work today. Not these long ones like this, but just the shorter ones. And you put on this magnetic eyeliner, and then you let it dry, which I used my blow dryer, and I thought it was all dry. And so you just place them up there, and they stick to your eye.
That's pretty cool.
It is very
I gotta
cool.
check that out.
Yeah. So, the meatloaf's done. We're cooking meatloaf for supper, y'all. So anyway, so I go on my merry way to work. I have on my little eyelashes looking all pretty and everything. And I get to work and I go to the restroom and I'll look in the mirror and I've got these big black blobs on my eyes. And apparently my little hooded eyes that I have going on, they, don't like that eyeliner. And so it was all over the top. Well, you can't get it off unless you have a certain eye makeup remover.
Oh my goodness, so you had to leave it all day?
Well, I tried really hard to scrub it, but yeah, you can still see.
It's buried there.
Yeah, okay.
That
Well, I
was
came
good.
home and tried to fix it up, but anyway, before I got on TV.
Well, your eyes look great.
Okay, thanks. But anyway.
So what are we doing?
So for Halloween, we're talking about Halloween, dressing up, eyelashes and all that. But also, where's our little pumpkin? It's pumpkin season, right? Happy pumpkin spice season.
Well, a lot of people really like pumpkin spice too. It's such a big thing
goodness, really.
to get
I love
pumpkin
it.
everything.
I have it in my coffee starting
Do
in
you?
September. Yes, every year.
You're one of those
switch
people.
over. But anyway, tonight we're going to make something that was always a favorite at my house when we were growing up. My mother had a recipe for red hot cinnamon candied apples. So, y'all, we're going to make candy apples
I
tonight.
have never made candy apples.
Okay, a lot of people will just buy the mix that you can find in the produce department at the grocery store, and
Didn't
that's
even know
okay.
you could do that.
You sure can.
Okay.
Or they'll make caramel apples,
Yes,
with
I've done
the
that.
caramels from, the grocery store as well. But we're going to make our own, and it's really easy. And it's just a matter of boiling this stuff up real good and using a candy thermometer so you get the right temperature so it will actually harden on your apples. So we're going to start off, Deb, with the recipe. What's our first?
Do you want to do the apples, show how we do the sticks, or we want to get it started
Well, we have
first?
to let it sit
Okay.
a minute or so we'll
All
do
right,
that
so
then.
3 cups of granulated sugar.
Okay, so this is 3 cups of white sugar, granulated sugar. Pouring it in the pan. And then the cinnamon.
3/4 cup of
Well, let's go ahead and
the
put the
cinnamon
cinnamon
first?
in so
Okay.
we can mix it together.
cinnamon.
So this recipe actually has cinnamon powder in it too, the spice cinnamon, as well as the cinnamon red hot. So
1.5
1.5 teaspoons.
teaspoons
Okay.
of-
So
of
this is
cinnamon.
a 1/2 tablespoon, so that is 1.5 teaspoons.
So you have
Ta-da!
plenty. Okay.
Yeah, I did actually. So there's that.
All right.
What's next? And I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed in to the sugar.
All right. After that's mixed good, it's 3/4 cup of light corn syrup.
Okay. So, and that's just like the Karo syrup. And I already have it measured out here. This is what I stuck my finger in a while ago. Okay. So there is your corn syrup. What else?
And then, next thing is water. 1.5 cups of water.
Okay, so here's 1 cup, Deb.
Oh, I get you another half.
All right. I'm gonna start stirring this up. I've got my, well, I have the wrong eye, Debbie. I do that all the time, y'all. Let me turn the right
Make sure
eye
you're
on.
putting on the right eye, right?
Yeah, make sure I don't touch that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
hot for a minute. Okay, so I'm stirring, just mixing everything in. So that's 1.5 cups of water.
I know. The only thing that's not added is the candy. Oh,
Yeah.
and vanilla. We got vanilla to go too.
Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Did you get out vanilla?
Right here.
Oh, right here, right in front. Oh, homemade vanilla.
Homemade vanilla.
Did
Debbie
you know
got-
what was in vanilla before
I had
this?
no idea, y'all, what was in vanilla.
Do
What
y'all
is
know
it?
what? It's a bottle of vodka and
Vodka.
vanilla beans. So you get your vanilla beans I got them from Amazon.
Okay.
And then go to the liquor store, buy a bottle of vodka,
Yeah.
and then let it sit in a cool place.
And voila, you have vanilla. Now, I never knew, and since I don't drink, I don't go in liquor stores. So Debbie brought me some homemade vanilla. And I did add, I added a couple of pods. I ordered me some extra pods of vanilla from
Vanilla beans.
Yeah, from the
A
vanilla.
teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay, so there we go. I'm stirring it. You want to stir it pretty much the whole time because when you got all that sugar and that high fructose corn syrup stuff in there, it's gonna stick if you let it.
And it
sit too
says
long.
to add the candy too. Corn
Okay.
syrup, water, cinnamon, Imperials,
Yep.
and vanilla.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
Red hot candies.
Okay,
Right?
and that's 3/4 cup.
3/4 of a cup.
And y'all, I love these little red hots. They're so good. I used to eat those a lot as a kid. Did you, Debbie?
I've never been a big fan of them.
You're not a big cinnamon fan,
No,
are you?
well, cinnamon toast maybe. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's about it.
Okay.
I even
Well,
have
I
a
love cinnamon.
pie
I love
crust
cinnamon
recipe that has
candy,
cinnamon, and I leave it out.
Cinnamon in my coffee. Cinnamon in my cinnamon candy apples. So I'm just stirring it, and it is getting hotter. I can tell it's starting to melt the sugar and everything.
Then you're going to add your candy thermometer to
Okay.
the pan in
yes.
just a minute.
Okay.
So you do need a candy thermometer to make sure that you get the candy to the right temperature.
If you have one, but you know you don't have to have one, right?
You don't, well, but how will you know when it's right?
Well, what
at the right
Mama
place?
used to do, you know, what Mama and them did, they used that, they would take a cold glass of water, and then when they thought it was about ready, they would drop a drop into the cold glass of water of your liquid. And then if it makes, I think it's called if it makes like a hard ball and drops to the bottom like a bullet, then it's ready.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never
And if
heard
it strings along, you know, that means you've probably gone too far. And then if it just kind of fizzles out, it's not
Not
ready.
hot enough.
You know, if it kind of just melts into the water, blends into the water, it's not ready.
So that's a great trick if you don't already have a
Yeah.
candy thermometer.
But
I've never
they
heard
go
that.
get you one of these. I mean, these are great.
Peanut
I need
brittle.
one
Have
of
you
those,
ever?
by the way.
Have
I'm
you
gonna
ever?
have to get me one because I don't have one.
Peanut brittle, you gotta have, or
You have to have
you
it.
really need.
Yes.
Your trick might work. I don't know, but
It'd be a pain though.
if you don't get it to the right temperature, it completely fizzles
it's
out.
ruined. Yeah, it's
You
ruined.
just have to start all over.
You know, Nina Carter makes the best peanut brittle. It's so good. She used to make me some for Christmas every year.
I
when
like
we
to
lived
have some good peanut
next
brittle.
door. Nina, you heard that. We'd like to have some good peanut
Yes.
brittle.
Maybe she could come tell us how to make
Hey,
some.
maybe we could do a cooking with Nina.
Oh, that would be fun.
No, and then we need to do a decorating with Nina show because
Oh,
Nina
man.
is the
What a
most
decorator.
awesome home decor lady ever.
I think we need to add the
Red food coloring?
red food color, and it doesn't say
Okay,
to
you wouldn't
there.
think with all those red hots in it you would need to add red food coloring, but really if you don't, it's just going to be like a really light red. It's not going to be good and dark and pretty. And we're not going to measure that.
Okay.
Does it tell me how much?
It says 3/4 of a teaspoon
Okay.
of red food coloring.
All right, so this is gel food coloring made by Mircolor. It's my favorite. So I'm just going to eyeball it here.
She's a cookie
Cookie. See?
connoisseur.
Oh, you can-
Yes,
Look at that.
and
Look
you
at
can
that.
the color is so
I wish y'all
deeper.
could have seen that. Well,
I can bring
we
the.
need a cameraman. Okay, so before it was just kind of, not that, it was pink-ish. Well, now look at it.
It's very
See
deep
how
red.
red it is? Oh, it's so pretty. All right. Now, if you don't like the cinnamon in your candy apples, you don't have to add that candy. You wouldn't have to add that candy. You could just do,
Oh, okay.
The vanilla.
That's a good idea then.
But I like the cinnamon. I really do. Because really what you want and what all the kids are going to want is the sugar. They're going to want that sugar. What else we got?
Well, it just says that all the ingredients are in.
Okay.
So we're gonna add the candy thermometer and watch it
This
until
on
it
the
heats up.
side. Stick it down in the candy.
This has a rubber thing on the bottom, so if it touches the bottom of the pan, I think it's okay. But
Okay.
if you don't have that rubber thing on the bottom, you don't want it to touch the bottom of your pan because that'll distort the temperature.
It would, wouldn't it? Because the bottom of that pan's going to be hot. I see it rising.
You do already?
Temperature's rising.
285 is what we're shooting for.
Okay. So 285.
So what kind of things have you dressed up at work for on Halloween?
Okay, so one year I was Cleopatra.
I want to be Cleopatra. I was thinking
I've
about it
got
for
the
this year.
outfit.
No way, can I borrow it?
You can borrow it. It's got the wig and it's got a
No,
pretty beaded
that's awesome.
headdress. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's downstairs, so make sure I give it to
I
you.
would love
before.
to borrow it.
So I was Cleopatra at work.
Oh, I might get-
One year I was a mom. That one didn't go over that well.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't talk all day, and that was hard. And every time I would try to talk, people would say, "You're not supposed to be talking."
Did everybody else love it though?
I'm sure they loved it the best of all. They probably wish I'd dress up like that again this year. Okay, and so what else have I done?
I was a hippie once, not too long ago. I did a
That'd be
hippie.
good. You'd be a good hippie
I would
because
be a
we
good
grew
hippie.
up in those
Yeah.
years, those hippie generation. I'm not sure I've been anything. Sometimes I just
was a
get
witch.
lazy and I just paint my face. I do that sometimes.
I was a hippie. I was a witch.
Mhm.
I did something else once. I can't remember. Oh, I was a pirate.
Ooh, arr.
And one time when my kids were little, I was a mummy. I was a mommy mummy.
Oh wow, I bet that was cute.
What's the temperature at?
It is at
Starting to boil.
210.
210. Bring the mixture to a boil and
Oh my goodness.
continue to stir frequently
smells
until all the
good.
candies are dissolved and the mixture reaches 285.
Okay, y'all, it's boiling. Show them how it's boiling, Dabo.
Yes.
Dabo. Do y'all like?
Oh, I think they can see it right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just a boiling
heating up.
a storm. So do y'all like candy apples? What were some of your favorite things to have in the fall growing up? Maybe popcorn balls or something like that. We may make some popcorn balls too here in a little while.
I've never made those either.
Yeah, they're pretty easy.
I
They're
just
good.
do like anything chocolate, make it look like something like a. Well, okay, I did some Frankenstein cupcakes one time.
Oh,
They were really cute.
yeah, that sounds cute.
I've got a thing for some spider web brownies.
Uh-huh.
When the
Yeah,
kids were
fun
little, I
stuff.
did a lot of that stuff. Where we heated up to.
Debbie, we are. Is it
I can't see
220? You'd think it'd be more than that. That stuff's boiling.
220. That's what it says. It's 220.
Okay, 220.
It's got to go to 285.
Okay. All right, y'all.
So what about the apples?
Okay, so these apples. Let's look at these apples. So when you can use any kind of apple. You can use, and here I am not stirring. Here, Debbie, hold the apple. So you can use Red Delicious. I think are the most popular to use. I don't know why. I don't really like them that much.
No, I don't think they're my favorite.
They're not my favorite. I love Fuji's, but they're pretty sweet. So you've already got the sweet in your candy. So these are galas, and galas are kind of mixed between sweet and a
I
little
love
bit tart.
galas. They're
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
So these are galas, and a lot of people like really sour apples. I do not.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I do.
yeah. I don't.
No, some of them are too sour.
Some of them are.
Granny Smith,
Uh-huh.
they're pretty sour sometimes.
You know what we need to do, Debbie, is we need to go get us some apples up on that mountain, you know, where you get the
Yeah,
apples.
you got a bunch of them last year. I
They were
think.
so good. And the ones I liked that they grow are ambrosia.
Oh.
They're called ambrosia. They were delicious.
So we're
Okay.
gonna take the stem off
Take the stem out, yep.
and just twist and twist and twist and twist till it finally comes
Twist
off.
and shout.
And then you take your
that stem
stick
out.
and just stick the stick down in the center core of your apple.
Okay.
And there you
And
go.
try to, you try to stick it in straight. Sometimes they get a little crooked on you.
So what if you wanted to make caramel apples?
Okay, so with the caramel ones, I think all you do is just melt your caramels
Oh, okay.
and
And then dip your apples.
and dip your apples. So
I think I stuck the stick in the wrong. They're both the same. How's it doing?
it's doing good. That candy, some of that candy is still not melted. So
Oh, that means it ain't ready then. There we go. Sticks in the apple.
285 it
Just
said,
gotta
huh?
wiggle it in. That's what it says. Yeah, 285 degrees. Can you
Okay.
tell what it's up to? I don't know. I can. Well, I see 220.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on 220 right now.
Okay, y'all,
So
we're
we'll
gonna
take a
let
few
this
minutes.
come. Where's the thingy?
It's right here.
Is it in your pocket, Deb?
I don't feel
Y'all, we miss our little remote. We misplace it all the time. So anyway, we're gonna be back. Deb, if you just want to cut that off, we're gonna be back in just a minute and finish this project up. See you soon. Okay, we're back and we have our red hot cinnamon candy ready to dip our apples in. So Deb,
Could you see that good? That.
probably not.
Let's see if I can dip that over here.
It took about 15 or 18 minutes before it got to the temperature we needed, which was 285. So it took a lot of boiling, but it's good. And we've already dipped one apple over here. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. Just to take your apple, and we've let it sit off the stove for about a minute. And just give it a couple of good full turns. And then
Looks
we're
so
going
pretty.
to let it drip because you don't want a humongous
Left over down on the
Yeah.
bottom when it sits on the
bunch
bottom.
of candy down there. Although you might want a bunch of huge candy left on there. And then you're just going to put it on your wax paper or parchment.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of, Debbie?
What?
The witch in Snow White. That big
Oh.
red apple she
Yeah.
had. It's
That's
like,
the right. That's the
yum.
perfect color.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
that looks so
Halloween,
good.
so it's Halloweeny time. So it's time for witches, isn't it? Can you see?
Yes, yes,
Do you want to do one, Dan? See how easy
Yes,
it
I do
is?
want to try
Oh,
it.
I just poured some out in the pan. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Do what I say, not what I do.
Yeah.
See all that pouring off of there? If you don't let it drain, then you'll have a big old flat thing.
A lot
I'm
of
still
candy
gonna
down
have
the
it,
bottom.
you know.
All right, let's
Okay, hold on. Let me get a
Want me to hold
different.
it?
Can you for a minute?
I'm gonna do it like you did.
Okay. All right. So there we go.
Okay, here we go.
Don't burn your little self.
So you'll want a lot of candy in there so that you
Yeah.
have plenty of room to dip the whole apple down in it. And I would say this is the perfect size of apples. You don't need to get really giant apples. do
No,
you?
I wouldn't think so.
That looks so pretty. I love the color.
Yeah, this color's great. That red food coloring helped a lot.
Oh, it did. You're right. So what happens now? Do you let them sit for a
Well,
while?
they sit and they harden. Once they cool, they harden. And
How long does it take? Do you know about how long?
it takes, I don't know.
Will it be tomorrow?
Oh no. Just when they cool off, they'll be ready to eat.
Okay.
So you can take one home to Jake.
Yes, he will love these.
Just, tell him to protect his dental work.
yeah.
I've heard of people, losing a
Breaking
feeling on candy apples.
It's really easy. It's
It is.
easy.
It's
I always
easy.
thought this was a hard
Yeah.
thing to make, so I've never attempted it.
Nope, it's quite easy. I mean, my mom used to make them, and she was not
Did y'all,
wanting to do many hard things in the kitchen.
did y'all help her, or did she just do?
Yeah, we got to help her, and she would make caramel ones, and we
Oh, really?
love those too, caramel apples. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to tackle some
Yeah,
caramel apples.
well,
I've never
you know.
done that either.
Now there's lots of little bubbles in here. Oh, look.
There's something in the recipe about bubbles.
What did it say?
It said, I think it was just where if you let it set, you shouldn't have the bubbles. The
Okay.
first one didn't, but the later one does have a few bubbles.
Okay.
We'll have to test that
All
out.
right. Last one. Now this is supposed to make a dozen apples, and we only got 8 apples ready, but we'll have some left over. You could probably make some candy out of that. Maybe some little something. But these are going to be great. And once they cool, you can put them in like plastic bag and put some little ribbons on them and give them to your trick-or-treaters or to your grandbabies or whatever you want to do.
Coworkers.
Your coworkers. That's probably what I'll do tomorrow.
Oh, that's cute. Cute. Love
Right.
it.
Good.
Love
So here we
those.
go, guys.
They look great.
Candy apples.
Yum.
Y'all try this recipe. Now this is not my mom's recipe because I don't have it. I wasn't able to find it in her recipe box. But this is as close as I've been able to get. I'm pretty sure this is as close as probably you can get. It's about the
So-
same thing she did.
You'll find the recipe in the comments, so
Yep.
be sure you look at underneath the video for the recipe. Try it yourself.
And next
let
time
us
I
know what
see
you think.
maybe I won't have these long eyelashes on.
I like them.
I like
I'm
them
gonna
too.
try 'em myself.
I feel all pretty. Okay,
Have
guys.
a great day.
See you later.